CBS 46 News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Public Affairs on Peach. I'm Bobby Capel. On this day before Valentine's Day, we are talking love and some things you can do to celebrate with your significant other. We'll also take a look at a unique way to take out your frustration you may have with an ex, but we want to begin with a positive note, shall we? What better way to do it than with a couple that has been together for several decades? I'm talking about Van and Martha Hall. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, several decades. How long are we talking here?
54 years.
That's it,
Five
huh?
plus decades, right.
How did you do it?
The standard joke is a comfortable couch and
I always add in good therapy.
Oh, okay. How did you guys first meet, and take me through your guys' love story?
I was in school in Savannah, folk singing, and my partner was my roommate was a folk singer, and we were both from Atlanta, and he was dating this extraordinary woman that he kept telling me about, Martha Porter. And so we met in October of '61, and then I came up 2 months later, and then we had one date, I think.
Wait, did they break up first, or did you just steal her?
Well, I was dating other people. I think Tony, his roommate, didn't like it that I was dating other people, but I didn't care.
Yeah. Good for you.
So I went to Savannah to see Tony and met Van, came back to Atlanta, and as I say, I was dating other people.
What'd you think when you met this guy over here?
I thought he was really cute. I thought his roommate, who really wanted to get married, I didn't want to marry. I said, there are too many interesting men out there. I do not want to get married now.
And now here you are 54 years later.
And actually we got married about 2 months after that.
Wow. So you just have to find the right one, right?
I think that it's just, that, and work very hard at it.
Well, her response was, it would make a very good first marriage. Still is.
So far, yeah.
All right, so take me through, at 54 years in, what are you doing for Valentine's Day for her?
Yeah, what are you doing for
I
Valentine's Day?
haven't figured that out. We talked about that, and Valentine's Day for us is really not that special. I mean, I think you and I work fairly hard at the marriage most days, and that was one of the things that people ask us when we've been married 54 years. What's the secret? And to me, it's like two parts. One is, you tell her you love her, and you tell her why, and you do that several times a day, every day.
No matter what she says,
yeah,
right?
Pretty much.
I'm learning quickly here.
But I mean, it's serious maintenance, and it pays off over time.
And it really does involve, nurturing the relationship. Van brings me breakfast in bed almost every morning, and I like to cook the things he likes. It's nurturing the other person and being kind and being appreciative. Really saying, I really appreciate the way you fix the toilet in the bathroom or whatever. Just just the little things. Thank you for doing the laundry. I appreciate your picking me up after work or whatever. It's really involves appreciation and making the other person feel like their life is his life is better because I'm in it.
There's a flip side to that, though. You also learn to pick your fights.
Yep.
You learn to fight fair, which is hard.
Meaning what?
We've been together a long time. I know all of her buttons. She knows all of mine. And it's a real tempting to want to push them. And you learn not to do that. You learn to sort of take responsibility just for yourself, which sounds like sort of Psychobabble 101, but it works. But you have to learn how to fight.
The art of restraint.
Well, yeah, the restraint, but also learning what's fair and what's not fair. I mean, and as I also picking it, there's a lot of times when I'll get angry at you about something and I'll think, it ain't worth it. I'll, put that off for another day. And usually what I'm angry about goes away after time.
What about you?
I'd say pretty much the same. You learn, if you're really annoyed and about to get into a fight because he doesn't pick up his socks, there's something else going on. There's a deeper anger. So it's not worth it. Some things you just move on with. Just be careful what you're going to fight about.
Well, beyond the fighting itself, it seems to me, and I can only speak for my marriage, is that humor is always a helpful ingredient when you're fighting as well. If you can switch things up a little bit.
She is the funniest person I know. I mean, I'm really...
It's something that's been in our family and with our children too. I remember my daughter, the humor's been a big part of our family. I remember my daughter telling me when she met the man that she subsequently married, she said, I was really concerned and not sure about everything until I learned that he loved blazing saddles.
That's the test.
That's
Okay.
yeah, humor's a large part of it.
How do you get along with this sense of humor over here? Obviously, we've got a beautiful, big personality, and you're lucky to have her, right?
Absolutely. I do sort of counter humor. You know, I've learned. You know, my family didn't much have the sense of humor. Your family did, and it can sometimes be kind of biting, but satiric, and but it's fun. And so we sort of develop sense of humor over time. And I mean, most couples have little in-jokes, little lines like that, and that's what we've done as well.
You mentioned your daughter.
Yes.
Kids, a big part of many marriages out there. They
Uh-huh.
they can add a lot of stress, as I'm finding out now with
yeah.
three-month-old twins. But they're also a unifying source as well. How do you deal with kids in a relationship, and how did you guys deal with that?
One thing I remember, we do have a daughter who's 52 and a son who is 50. And when they were little, in that era, in the 60s and the 70s, I think the only thing that Van did not do for our children and with our children is nurse them. He did the diapers, he took care of them when they were sick, he took them to the doctor, he helped make lunches, he did everything that I did, except nurse. And that was, we were fairly young when we married, so that was a good way to learn to share responsibility, to share joy. Mm-hmm. When one of the kids would do something unusual or exceptional, we would share that. So it's, the kids have amplified the marriage, don't you think?
Yeah, there are challenges. It's one of the things that we try to do. We try to treat the kids as people, not as necessarily children, but as people. Now, they don't have as much information as we do. They're also not the ones in charge.
Well, this is when they were little.
Oh,
yeah.
I know, that's
Is
what I
that
mean.
so?
Not now. I'm just talking about when they were much
Right.
younger. And that took some getting used to. We also kind of learned parenting on the fly. And we sort of made it up as we went along. That was my sense. And we read a lot of books, and some of the books worked. There was some stuff that worked.
Well, I want to wish you guys congratulations on 54 years
Thank you very
together
much.
and many more years moving forward. Thanks for joining us
Thank
this
you very
morning.
much.
And
Thank you for having us. It's
make
been
her
a
a
pleasure.
good breakfast on Valentine's Day, would you? And then bring some to me when you're done, please. All right. Of course, the big part of Valentine's Day is eating out. Sky Estroff from Atlanta Eats has got you covered and joins us next with recommendations after the break.